If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my story. Your support helps us continue sharing hidden tales of love and loss. Let's build a community where every broken heart finds a voice. Thank you for being part of this journey. The clock gently whispers that the hour is around 4 in the afternoon. My beloved arrived at our home, only to discover the locks had changed. In her fervor, she pounded on the door, her voice rising in a passionate plea. In that moment, silence enveloped me like a gentle embrace, leaving my heart to ponder the unspoken words that hung in the air. She reached out once more, her voice echoing in the silence I had created by silencing my phone. In a moment of desperation, she let her frustration burst into chaos, leaving behind a trail of chaos. What is unfolding, dear friends? May the warmth of joy embrace each heart today. Wishing that all hearts are thriving in joy and warmth. Once again, we find ourselves entwined in a tale that beckons your heart. As always, the link will be waiting for you in the description, inviting you to discover the magic that lies within the title. Let us embark on this journey together. In the quiet moments of the day, as I sit here at work, I find myself yearning to share my thoughts. Feeling a wave of frustration wash over me. In the quiet shadows of a year that felt like an eternity, I found myself yearning for the laughter of my son, a bond that was cruelly interrupted by an unseen foe. The summer slipped through my fingers, leaving only a bitter taste of longing and frustration. As the leaves began to change, so too did my world, revealing a heart-wrenching betrayal from the woman I once called my partner. Each day became a delicate dance, as I navigated the treacherous waters of deceit, sharing my home with a presence that felt like a storm cloud looming overhead. I wore a mask of calm, while inside, a tempest raged, yearning for the moment when I could finally reclaim my peace. My lawyer's words echoed in my mind, a reminder that patience was a virtue, even as my heart ached for resolution. For nearly 2 months, my bed has remained untouched, a silent witness to the turmoil that has unfolded. The thought of parting ways fills me with a sense of urgency, as if I could ignite a fire to cleanse the memories. The emotional distance has led to whispers of betrayal, casting shadows over our connection. Each time she reaches out, attempting to bridge the distance with a hug or a kiss, I find myself left uneasy in the moment, a bittersweet reminder of what once was. In the dim light, I watch as the tiny creatures dance around her, a bittersweet reminder of the chaos that surrounds our connection. My heart longs for her absence, yet I find myself tethered to the moment, knowing that the time for parting has not yet come. Not just yet. Not just yet. In the dim light of a confined space, 2 souls linger, their presence heavy with unspoken tension. The air thickens as one begins to tap rhythmically on the table, each sound reverberating like a heartbeat, igniting a tempest of emotions within. The desire to break free from this stifling silence grows, a longing to express the turmoil that churns beneath the surface. Yet, the moment is not ripe for confessions, and so they remain, caught in a dance of frustration and yearning, waiting for the right time to unveil their hearts. Not at this moment. In the quiet moments of reflection, a storm brews within me, a tempest of frustration and sorrow. I find myself grappling with the weight of my choices, feeling the sting of disappointment for allowing my heart to be vulnerable once more, to be swept away by the tides of affection that led me here again. In the quiet moments of longing, a heart yearns for the warmth of a child's embrace. As I navigate through the shadows of my thoughts, I find solace in the flicker of connection. Earlier, I shared a tender moment with my son over a video call, where laughter danced in the air, even as a gentle reminder of my struggles lingered. His girlfriend, with a playful spirit, chimed in, her words a bittersweet echo of my current state. Yet, amidst the heaviness, a glimmer of hope emerged when she invited me to join them for Thanksgiving. Excitement swells within me even as I prepare to face the challenges ahead, determined to carve out a space for love and togetherness, even if it means leaving under the cover of night. The journey stretches ahead, a winding road that promises 4 days of adventure and discovery. As the days stretched on, the longing grew deeper, for it had been since April that I last shared a space with my beloved children. The thought of not letting this moment slip away filled my heart with hope. Someone kindly wished me a good visit, and in that simple gesture, I felt a warmth that made me believe in the beauty of reunion. A question lingered in the air, a gentle reminder of the connections that bind us. This former flame is unlike the first love, isn't she? He replies with a heartfelt affirmation, a world apart from the past that lingers like a distant shadow. The memories of his first love fade into the background, while he finds solace in the amicable bond he shares with his former flame. Someone asked if the man who now stands by your ex-girlfriend's side is the very one who once shattered your heart. He is responding. Once upon a time, two souls intertwined in a beautiful dance of love. Their journey, filled with laughter and shared dreams, was a tapestry woven over 6 precious years, during which they welcomed a little miracle into their lives. Yet, shadows of the past loomed large, as trust faltered and doubts crept in, casting a veil over their once bright connection. She, yearning for a brighter future, chose to part ways, leaving behind a heart that still cherished the memories of their time together. Even now, the echoes of that love linger, a bittersweet reminder of the best years of his life. In the tapestry of life, our paths intertwined beautifully for a time. She discovered a kindred spirit after our hearts parted ways, returning to the embrace of her northern home. Now, as fate would have it, our child resides with her, while I find myself in a complex dance with my wife, yearning for a new beginning. Let us turn the page and explore the unfolding chapters of our lives. At last, we find ourselves at the beginning of a beautiful journey, with our first update unfolding like the first chapter of a captivating tale. In a moment of vulnerability, I felt my determination waver as he began to share his latest news. In the gentle glow of shared moments, I will unveil the tapestry of my beloved's online journey. In the shadows of longing, I find myself observing her absence, a silence that has stretched for 6 long months. The weight of my heart feels heavy, yet I cling to hope, navigating this tumultuous sea of emotions. Those who know the truth remain silent, their secrets intertwining with my own, as I grapple with the betrayal that has shattered my world. Your strength captivates me. This journey is truly challenging. As the sun dipped below the horizon on that fateful Sunday, I found myself returning home under the cloak of twilight. This was delightful. In that moment, I found myself yearning for solitude, my heart heavy with fatigue. I sought refuge in my chair, surrendering to the embrace of sleep, hoping to escape the world around me. For 2 long months, the gentle embrace of sleep has eluded me. In the quiet moments of my journey, I shed 15 pounds, yet I find myself cloaked in a veil of discontent. The first 8 hours felt like an eternity, a bittersweet beginning to a tale yet to unfold. On a quiet Monday evening, my beloved wife sought to weave a moment of closeness between us. My heart races at the thought of her, yet I find myself unable to respond to her allure. Each dawn, my spirit awakens with a fervor that mirrors the sun, eager to greet the day before me. In a moment where emotions intertwined, my heart and mind found a rare harmony, yet it stirred a tempest within her. The clash of our feelings ignited a passionate debate, leaving us both yearning for understanding amidst the turmoil. I whispered to her, perhaps the fault lies within me, as I stand here at the age of 50, searching for answers in the depths of my heart. This moment unfolds. Once more, she began to weave her doubts, whispering that my heart had strayed. Her words painted me as a husband who had lost his way, leaving me to ponder the shadows of our love. It has been more than 2 months since I last felt that enchanting connection. It has been 2 long months since I whispered those 3 precious words to her. The silence between us speaks volumes, hinting at secrets I dare not reveal. She attempted to ignite a fire within me, a blaze fueled by the secrets I kept hidden from her gaze. As I wove together the threads of my life, a significant day approached, September 25th. In my world, I dedicated myself to the art of mending what was broken, breathing new life into vehicles that had endured their own battles, much like a heart yearning for healing. September 25th held a promise, a turning point in my journey. In a moment of unforeseen chaos, I found myself entangled with a truck, leaving a mark on my leg that told a story of unexpected encounters. In a moment that felt like a twist of fate, I found myself on an unexpected journey to the emergency room. There, amidst the chaos, I received 5 delicate stitches within my leg and 34 tender stitches gracing the surface, each one a reminder of the adventure that had unfolded. In a moment of vulnerability, I found myself in a difficult situation, burdened by pain and unable to drive. With hope in my heart, I reached out to my beloved, but the silence on the other end lingered. I tried again, waiting just a few minutes, yearning for her comforting voice to break through the stillness. With a heart full of hope, I dialed once more, yearning for a voice that seemed to elude me. He sent her a message, hoping for a reply, calling her his beloved. Embrace the moment. I long for your voice, so I reached out to her once more. After what felt like an eternity of unanswered questions, I decided to summon an Uber to carry me home. As we turned onto my street, my heart raced at the sight of my house. There she stood in the doorway, lost in a passionate embrace with the general manager of her workplace, their connection palpable in the evening air. I whispered softly to the driver, urging him to bring our journey to a gentle halt. This was no mere kiss, dear friends, they were lost in they shared a moment of closeness. She was meant to be at work, yet fate had other plans. I pulled out my phone, witnessing what I wasn't meant to see, and whispered to the driver to continue on our journey. With a heart full of anticipation, I had him take me back to where our paths would intertwine once more. I lingered in the break room for what felt like an eternity, my head resting on the table, a heavy heart weighed down by sorrow. As the painkillers faded, I found myself driving home, each bump in the road echoing the ache in my leg and the turmoil swirling in my mind. As I arrived at her doorstep, the house was silent, echoing the anticipation in my heart. Hours later, she returned, her eyes filled with a flicker of concern that danced between sincerity and mystery. I inquired about her day, and she spun a tale about work, but I could sense the threads of deception woven into her words. A week later, a revelation unfolded before me. She hadn't been there in a long time on a Friday for 3 long years. In that moment, I realized that beneath her charming facade lay secrets waiting to be uncovered, and my heart raced at the thought of what lay beneath the surface. It lingered in the background, a whisper of something I had yet to explore. My heart was drawn elsewhere, seeking solace in tales of betrayal and heartache. Yet, as I stumbled upon this place, a world of insights unfolded before me, accompanied by captivating stories on screens that flickered with truth. I delved into the words, searching for guidance, and with each revelation, I found myself nodding in recognition, as if the universe was gently revealing the signs I had overlooked. Indeed, it was as if the universe conspired to keep them apart, her laughter echoing through the digital ether while he longed for her voice. Always lost in a world of messages, she seemed unaware of the silent cries for connection that filled his heart. For 2 long months, he waited, hoping she would notice the urgency in his calls, the desperation in his texts, especially during that fateful night in the emergency room when he needed her most. Yet, she remained blissfully unaware, a distant star shining brightly while he stood in the shadows, yearning for her light. In the midst of a heated exchange, she stood before me, her voice rising like a tempest, demanding that I become the husband she envisioned. Frustration surged within me, and in a moment of desperation, I unveiled our chat log, thrusting it towards her, a silent testament to my longing for connection. I rarely raised my voice, but that day, my heart ached, and I cried out for her presence, only to feel the sting of abandonment as she turned away, leaving me in a whirlwind of emotions. Hours passed like an eternity until she returned, her eyes filled with remorse, yet her words felt like a veil, hiding the truth of her day. I sensed the distance between us, a chasm filled with unspoken secrets, and in the shadows of our love, I found myself drawn to uncover the hidden layers of her world, searching for the pieces of a story that felt all too fractured. In the quiet corners of my home, I began noticing the signs, capturing the moments that unfolded in shadows. For 2 long months, I watched as the trust we built together crumbled before my eyes. Each frame revealed a story of betrayal, a heart-wrenching tale of love lost. Oh, the patience I had to muster, as I clung to the remnants of what once was. Allow me to share a secret with you. In the quiet corners of my heart, I've often mused about the allure of certain choices, like the way some are drawn to the elegance of Apple products, while others find solace in the simplicity of alternatives. Yet, beneath the surface of these preferences lies a tempest of emotions. It seems that her feelings towards my son are not just a gentle breeze of discontent but a fierce storm of animosity, perhaps fueled by the shadows of summer days spent together, which encroached upon her cherished freedom. As I unravel the threads of this tangled affair, I discover that it has woven itself into the fabric of our lives for years, a secret hidden in plain sight, waiting to be unveiled. I've come to realize that it's not merely her superior. One of the men she has been entwined with is someone I have known and cherished as a friend for over 14 years. She shares a connection with his wife, weaving a complex tapestry of relationships that intertwine our lives in unexpected ways. In a tale woven with betrayal and heartbreak, he found himself ensnared in a web of deceit spun by those he trusted most. His beloved, the woman he had vowed to cherish, had been entwined in a clandestine affair, her heart straying into the arms of another. The very people who celebrated their union, who witnessed the tender moments of their love story, had turned a blind eye to the shadows lurking beneath the surface. As he sought solace in the solitude of nature, the weight of betrayal hung with every invitation I extend. My heart hopes she will join me on my adventures. Yet, time and again, she gently declines, leaving me to return alone, longing for her presence. I witnessed others drawn to her presence, each one captivated by her allure. She held on to the passion of past moments, testament to the fervor of the moments shared between them. In the shadows of betrayal, a heart wrestles with the weight of unspoken truths. The echoes of laughter and warmth once shared in a cherished space now haunt the corners of memory. A weekend that should have been filled with love turned into a painful revelation, as whispers of infidelity lingered in the air. For 2 long months, the heart bore the burden of silence, until the moment arrived to confide in a trusted soul. Behind a facade of calm, a tempest brewed, threatening to unleash the fury of a heart shattered by deceit. The urge to confront the one who broke the sacred bond was strong, yet the choice was made to swallow the bitter truth, leaving the heart to ache in solitude. In a moment of heated exchange, she expressed her frustration, and I found myself apologizing for the argument that had unfolded between us. I had resolutely declared my decision against seeking help for my struggles, yet the weight of her words lingered in the air. As I read her message to her boss, a pang of hurt struck me, referring to me in a way that felt like a dagger to my heart. The anticipation of Friday loomed, filled with unspoken tension and unresolved feelings. Oh, how remarkable it is to witness such unwavering patience in you, my dear. She is no longer the enchanting figure who captured my heart 7 years ago. In the depths of my heart, I yearn to label her as a dark enchantress, yet I can't help but sense the shadows of her troubled mind, whispering tales of deep-seated struggles. Of course, my dear. She was a mystery, a whirlwind of emotions that left me both enchanted and bewildered. The thought of asking her to be my forever felt like stepping into uncharted territory, especially after the shadows of my past loomed large. My heart, still tender from the scars of my first love, hesitated at every turn. I had let go of 2 incredible souls, each time haunted by the echoes of doubt and fear that whispered in my ear. Yet, here I was, standing at the precipice of a new beginning, yearning to believe in the beauty of love once more. They understand that her heart never truly belonged to me. I was left vulnerable and exposed in the aftermath of my first separation. As I turned away, a gentle breeze whispered through the air, leaving me with a tender reminder of the moment, $43 nestled softly in my pocket. Without a place to call their own. Without a vehicle to carry me, I find myself wandering through the world, seeking the warmth of connection and the thrill of adventure in every step I take. In a world where dreams felt distant and shadows loomed large, I found myself adrift, lacking the means to pursue my passions. The warmth of familial support was but a fleeting whisper, leaving me to navigate the stormy seas of uncertainty. For 3 long years, I sought refuge in the kindness of others, my heart heavy with the weight of alimony and the remnants of a shared past. Each day was a testament to resilience, as I poured every ounce of my being into overcoming the burdens that life had cast upon me. At 22, my life felt like a tale of lost beginnings, where shadows loomed larger than dreams. I found myself on my 24th birthday, nestled on a friend's couch, the weight of despair pressing down as I faced my own reflection, vulnerable and weary. Yet, in that moment of darkness, I clung to a small token, $43 in my wallet, a reminder of the depths I had traversed. Though the path ahead seemed shrouded in uncertainty, I emerged wiser, determined to shield my heart from past wounds. The first time I uncovered betrayal, I returned home early, only to be met with a web of deceit. Her words echoed in my mind, a desperate plea that masked the truth, as chaos erupted around me. In that whirlwind, I grappled with the pain, torn between love and the harsh reality of betrayal. I knew then that I had to choose a different path, one that would lead me away from the darkness and towards the light of hope. This caused me deep pain during the separation. Oh, I can only imagine, but alas, it has come to an end. There was only truth, pure and unadulterated. In the shadows of truth, where whispers of betrayal linger, the heart finds itself ensnared in a delicate dance of uncertainty. Each moment unfolds like a tender sigh, revealing the weight of unspoken words, as the soul grapples with the ache of constant deception. Even in moments when the truth is at her fingertips. With every flutter of my eyelids, a haunting thought lingers in my heart: she is with another, sharing moments that should be ours. My heart has drifted away from her, and I must be honest about it. It seems that our paths are destined to diverge, leaving us with no hope of resolution. I have taken my leave. My anniversary is a day forever etched in my heart, a moment that resonates with deep significance, much like a fateful chapter in a timeless tale. I will etch this moment in her heart, though that fleeting second felt like an eternity. I'm utterly exhausted, burdened by a relentless ache that lingers like an unwelcome shadow, a testament to the journey I've been on through all the healing. In the wake of everything that has vanished, a sense of wonder fills the air. Let us turn the page to the next chapter. Here lies the latest revelation, a moment captured just yesterday, where I had the honor of serving her. For those curious souls, the tale unfolds beautifully. I wasn't in a good state of mind to write about it yesterday, still not really, but I will get it off my chest. I woke up and left the house, got myself some breakfast while waiting for her to leave for work, rented a truck, went back home and changed the locks. My friend and her husband came over. He brought a friend and we packed up her things. We loaded up our bedroom furniture that I got her as a wedding gift: my couch, my dining table, just all the furniture she defiled. Took it to storage, put all her clothes in garbage bags, was going to throw her used clothing, and with it was going to throw her used clothing and with the clean, but my friend wouldn't let me. We got done after 11 a.m. and around lunchtime I bought flowers and chocolates and went to her work. I went and gave her the flowers and candy and offered a warm smile and a gentle farewell. She was all smiles and blushes. Her co-workers were doing the all that's so sweet thing. I told her that I would love to take her to lunch, but I had to go get a checkup on my leg, but to not make plans for the night because I wanted to give her a night she would remember. I gave her a goodbye kiss and started walking out. At this point I'm going to start calling her GM Tom from work or Foot. As I was leaving I saw her boss and gave him a big smile and said, "Hey Tom from work. How have you been, my dear?" With a gentle wave, I bid him farewell and made my way to find solace in a midday meal at 2 p.m. Little did I know, fate had other plans, as a constable would soon enter my beloved's workplace at that very hour. As I stood before FT's house, my heart fluttered with anticipation. I sent him the picture I had captured on that unforgettable day, hoping it would evoke the same magic we shared. In a moment that felt like a scene from a dramatic tale, I found myself standing before his house, captured a quick photo of the moment that I sent away, my heart racing. As I knocked on the door, it swung open to reveal Mrs. Foot, a familiar face from the gatherings that intertwined our lives. Our eyes met, and in that charged silence, I shared the truth that hung heavy in the air: my wife and her husband were entangled in a secret that would change everything. With a heart full of hope, I revealed to her that first picture, but doubt lingered in her eyes, casting a shadow over the moment we shared. In a moment of passion, she reacted emotionally. In that moment, I found myself frozen, watching as tears streamed down her cheeks. With a heavy heart, I handed her a thumb drive, a collection of secrets that weighed on my soul. I revealed the painful truth of my wife's betrayal, her heart entwined with others, urging her to seek the truth for her own safety. In a moment charged with uncertainty, I handed her my lawyer's card along with my number. Her eyes searched mine, filled with questions, and she asked why I was putting her through this. Truthfully, I found myself pondering the very same thing: what had compelled me to take such a step? My actions caused her deep pain. In the quiet aftermath of my decision, a heavy weight settled in my chest. I had told her she deserved the truth, yet as I walked away, I felt like a villain in our story. My phone buzzed incessantly, a chorus of unanswered calls and messages, but I chose silence over response. I returned home, the echoes of my actions lingering in the air, a bittersweet reminder of what had transpired. In a moment of bittersweet reflection, I updated my Facebook status to reflect a new chapter in my life: divorced. As I opened the message from my beloved, a wave of curiosity washed over me. What could she possibly be expressing? My heart raced with anticipation as I read, "What is going on? What are you doing with all that nonsense?" As the clock approached 7, I sent her a message, inviting her to the house, but only at that precise hour. I had anticipated that Foot might not have shared the truth with her immediately, likely caught up in his own turmoil. Yet, soon after, my wife's words pierced through the silence, a tempest of anger directed at me for revealing the secret to Mrs. Foot. It seemed the truth had found its way to her after all. Just then, my friend Amber, who had been a silent guardian of my wife's indiscretions, began to call. I picked up, my heart heavy with the weight of betrayal, and asked her, "How long have you known about the affair between my wife and Foot?" "Please, don't deceive me," he pleaded, his heart heavy with the weight of unspoken truths. And in that moment, she revealed the secrets he had sensed all along, shadows lingering since before their paths had intertwined, a haunting echo of the past that had followed them through every shared glance and whispered promise. I found myself in the shadows of a love that was not entirely mine. My entire union feels like a cruel jest, a reality that weighs heavily on my heart. As I gazed into her eyes, I inquired softly why she had kept such secrets from me. With a hint of hesitation, she revealed that they feared I might lose my composure, become wild and unruly. I reached out gently, assuring her that she understood my heart far better than that. She whispered of a secret she held close, a bond shared with her friend. But what of my heart's yearning? In a moment filled with unspoken tension, I found myself gently inquiring if, as a friend, she would wish to know the truth about her husband's betrayal. The weight of my question hung in the air, a delicate dance between loyalty and love. Isn't it my duty to share something with her? In a moment of bittersweet clarity, she had given her answer. I ended the call, my heart heavy, and sent her the cherished photographs my wife had captured of her and her husband, a reminder of what once was. I followed with a message, sharing my lawyer's number, a silent testament to the weight of my knowledge. With a finality that stung, I urged her never to reach out again. The clock ticked softly, marking the hour at 4 p.m. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the house, my wife arrived, her heart racing with urgency. She discovered the locks, and in her desperation, she pounded on the door, her voice echoing with emotion. I remained silent, the weight of the moment heavy upon me, and when she called out again, I silenced my phone, the sound of her voice fading into the distance. In a moment of frustration, she let her frustration burst into chaos, her spirit breaking as she departed just as twilight embraced the world. Soon after, 2 deputies arrived, one of whom had been a steadfast friend during my recent move, and his wife joined him, their presence a reminder of the connections that bind us, even in the most tumultuous of times. As the day unfolded, my beloved arrived, her demeanor cloaked in a gentle melancholy. I sensed the weight of unspoken words between her and Amber. With a tender heart, I handed her the key to her belongings, the address, and my lawyer's card, softly conveying that any future communication would flow through her. In that moment, the air was thick with unexpressed emotions, a bittersweet chapter in our intertwined lives. My beloved began with those tender words, expressing her affection, and I felt a glimmer of hope that we could navigate through this together. Her heart aches with regret. She loves me, a beautiful mistake. Her heart does not belong to them. It was a fleeting moment, a mere gesture as my finger brushed against the card of my lawyer, yet it held a weight that lingered in the air, unspoken and profound. She declared that this place belongs to her as well, and I couldn't simply cast her away. I responded with conviction, asserting that it is my sanctuary, and she had, in a way, sealed her own fate in this tender tale of ours. In that moment, her voice rose like a tempest, transforming sweet declarations of love into sharp, bitter words of disdain. The deputies illuminated the scene with their flashing lights, while curious neighbors emerged from their homes, drawn to the chaos that unfolded like a tragic tale before their eyes. With a steady heart, I stood there, my hands gently resting at my sides, while her voice echoed around me, filled with passion and intensity. In a moment of vulnerability, she revealed her heart, tears cascading down her cheeks as she confessed her sense of being lost. When I gently reassured her that my love remained unwavering, I discovered a deeper layer of my beloved's soul. She lashed out in frustration, and I felt the sting and a crimson nose, yet I stood my ground, captivated by her strength. I found myself frozen in place, surrendering to the moment as she took the lead. In a moment of chaos, she reached out, her fingers grazing my skin, but the deputies swiftly intervened, holding her back. I chose to let go of the anger, asking them only to guide her away, leaving behind a bittersweet tension in the air. As she walked away, a bittersweet relief washed over me. In her absence, I found myself returning to the space we once shared, where memories lingered like whispers of a love that had faded. As I began to tidy up the remnants of our time together, the emotions I had kept at bay for so long surged forth, enveloping me in a wave of longing and heartache. In this moment of weariness, I find myself longing for the warmth of solace, believing that after all the trials, a gentle embrace of relief would wash over me. In the quiet of the night, a storm brewed within me, leaving me feeling utterly shattered. Tears, uncharacteristic for my heart, flowed freely as I faced the weight of unspoken words and unanswered calls, each one a reminder of the distance that had grown between us. My phone, a silent witness, held nearly a flood of unread messages lingered, each one a whisper of longing and unfulfilled connection, growing heavier with each passing moment. In the quiet of my heart, I've decided to distance myself from our shared circle, yearning for a space where no one attempts to bridge the chasm between us. In the gentle embrace of time, I shall tend to them when the moment feels right. Last night, the silence lingered, a gentle reminder of the calls that usually filled the air with warmth. I found myself longing for the familiar connection, the sweet ritual that had become a cherished part of our lives. This evening, I shall reveal my heart to him. He is likely to embrace the news with an open heart. He felt a certain distance from her. Oh, how he wished to gather his thoughts. Oh, how enchanting. This was utterly enchanting. It began with a spark. In the beginning, everything felt like a whirlwind of emotions, leaving me bewildered as I tried to navigate the tangled web of past loves and present commitments. The ex-girlfriend and the current wife danced in and out of my thoughts, creating a beautiful chaos that only began to unravel as I delved deeper into the unfolding story. With each update, clarity emerged like the dawn breaking after a long night. The strength of patience shone through, a testament to the enduring spirit of love, as he waited, heart in hand, capturing moments that would one day tell his truth. The echoes of a painful past lingered, reminder of the lessons learned too late, yet here he was, willing to embrace love once more, even after the trials that had left him with little more than hope. It was a journey marked by resilience, where patience became the quiet hero of a tale still in the making. There exists a gentleman whose patience knows no bounds. What are your thoughts on this intriguing matter? I long to hear your thoughts on this one. This is quite the whirlwind. The intertwining lives of friends, her boss, and that enigmatic figure, it must be a painful affair. It's only natural that you would choose to distance yourself from those shared connections. In a moment of heartache, I found myself contemplating a path of solitude, choosing to embrace the inevitable end of a once cherished bond. Hear the whispers of your lawyer guiding you away from the past, urging you to embrace the future. With hope in your heart, you look forward to the promise of new beginnings, as if a new chapter has just begun. In the gentle embrace of anticipation, I find myself certain that more updates will grace us soon. I shall remain steadfast, keeping my heart attuned to every whisper of news. As I delve into the comments, I discover a tapestry of thoughts woven together. One voice stands out, reflecting on the lessons learned, particularly by Amber, who faced the bittersweet consequences of her choices. It warms my heart to see the grace with which you handled the storm that threatened to unravel your world, remaining composed amidst the chaos. Yet, amidst it all, who could blame Amber for feeling the sting of her emotions? It seems she embraces the idea of betrayal. How can one justify their friends' infidelity while condemning their own partners? Indeed, some might say that Amber was naive, unaware of the deceit lurking in the shadows. Yet, loyalty is a rare gem, and her love was no less precious than any others.